Hello YouTube and welcome to a quick overview and guide of this 18-inch Dalek radio controlled Dalek Supreme. A bit different from my usual videos, but these are quite rare and quite difficult to obtain and repair now, so I thought it'd be worth recording this for prosperity, so to speak. So I bought this about 15 years ago now, I think, from Tesco. So pretty cheap at the time. I believe they're worth quite a bit now. And as you can see, it's quite a big unit. If my hand to scale, it's quite a large radio controlled Dalek. It's had quite a bit of use. It comes with this radio control with 4 main controls. It's got the 2 sticks that control the drive motors, 2 sticks at the bottom which control the head and the eyepiece up and down, and then a central button which controls the voices. And on the Dalek itself, it's got the sucker, which doesn't really do anything, the gun, which lights up when it says exterminate, the eyepiece, which is always lit up with that blue light, and it can turn around, the headlights can flash, and as you've heard earlier, it can talk. So that's a quick review. I'm sure there's more detailed ones of them on YouTube, but I thought I'd also do a quick summary of the basic way to disassemble it and repair it as well. So to begin with, I started trying to repair this by tipping it on its side, taking out all the screws on the base, and I was hoping the thing would just come apart from the inside. But it didn't really. The base bit managed to drop down, but all the wires and internal stuff inside went up inside the body. I couldn't see any way to easily disconnect them without causing any damage. Now, I've since seen another YouTube video by a guy called 6sec. I'll put the links to that video in the description. But basically, you need to heat up certain sections of this with a hairdryer. I believe it's this panel here, you heat it up with a hairdryer, this panel here, and also this panel here, and this panel inside here, and you get them nice and hot with a hairdryer, not a heat gun because you don't want to melt the thing. And eventually when they're hot enough all over, you can pull them off, and there's screws underneath which you can then take the head apart with. There's also some threads on online forums and stuff which go into a bit more detail. But the problem with mine, I found out, was actually with the remote. I fitted completely new batteries to it. Took out the main battery there, the 9-volt battery, and noticed the 2 contacts underneath were badly corroded. I tried scraping the corrosion off with a screwdriver, but it didn't really help too much. So then I took the 4 screws out from the back of the remote and hoped it would just pop apart and then I could have a look at the insides. Unfortunately, I could find no way at all to get the thing apart. I've tried sort of all sorts of things, both gently and brute force. And it seemed that once you got the screws out and the round section off the top, which I had to kind of snap off there, it won't come apart because of these sticks. And I thought I had a bit of play in one of these sticks and they could maybe unscrew, so I tried that and sadly it snapped off, so I've now got to find a way to fix that. I can't see any way to get this apart at all, so if you do know, maybe leave a comment below. Fortunately though, the main problem was that the contacts themselves were just badly corroded, so with white vinegar and some cotton buds, I just soaked it and scraped it till I got most of the green corrosion off. Bent the 2 contacts out, and it now, as you saw earlier, is working. Still not working perfectly. There's a bit of a grind on some of the wheels as you try and run them, and you have to be very firm with the talking button, hold the antenna in a certain way, often at the back, so I think there might be a loose antenna inside, or maybe it needs realigning. But as you can hear, it does work now. Just a couple more points, I've got a bit more experience on this now, so it really does seem a problem that this terminal here is quite prone to coming loose and kind of getting pushed back in. My boy's only been playing with it for sort of 10-20 minutes, and already the terminal's kind of pushed that away from the battery and it's lost connection. So I bent it back out again and it's connected again. So that seems to be a real weak point. And as you can see, although I've been using white vinegar, it's still got a lot of corrosion on there, so I don't know whether to use a Dremel or something to completely clean it off, but then that's going to remove the conductive coating and maybe make it worse. I'll just have to experiment with that, I think. And one other thing that I didn't mention earlier was one of these balls, it's this one here, is actually a button. I'm not 100% sure what that does actually, but I think it's used to pair the Dalek with the control. Once we powered all this up after many years of being asleep, it wasn't doing anything. I pressed that button, and after 10 seconds or so it suddenly started moving. So I think that's what that's for. But again, if you know better, put something in the comments. So that's it really. It's not a very comprehensive detailed video, but I just thought I'd give you a few tips to what to look for if you've got one of these themselves. So thanks for watching. See you next time.